What's up, guys? It's your boy TGK, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the 5 reasons as to why I believe Luka Doncic will be the NBA's MVP for the 2021-2022 NBA season. So without further ado and without wasting your time, let's get straight into these 5 reasons. Let's go. All right, reason number 1 as to why I believe Luka Doncic will be the MVP of the NBA season is because this narrative. There is a narrative that Luka Doncic does not have teammates. There's a narrative that the teammates that he plays with are quote-unquote bums. And if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan and you live in the Dallas area, we know that there's a little bit of roster fatigue with our team. We get it, right? But the thing about it is that Luka Doncic does not have such a horrible supporting cast. And I understand the narratives. Yes, we would like to see Luka get a number 2. I know Brunson is showing potential, and obviously he's not a number 2 per se, but he's been a solid number 2 for Luka Doncic this year. Luka has good teammates with him. He has Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, Jalen Brunson. I mean, just right off the top, right? We lost KP. So when you look at our roster, right, there's not that many players on our roster that other teams would be like, man, we definitely need him. We would be a lot better, right? There's not. Let's be completely honest. But the players that we do have are very, very good in their roles as far as being a supportive player to Luka Doncic. Hence why we're 5th in the West when he's been playing this season. But we are 5th in the Western Conference. So the narrative that Luka does not have any teammates, that is one of the main things that is helping the argument as to why Luka should be the MVP. If you're literally playing with no number 2s, no extra superstars, and you're carrying a team in the Western Conference to the 5th seed currently, yeah, you need to be talked about as to why you should be MVP. Let's be completely honest. So that narrative that has been going on is working against people's narrative as to why Luka shouldn't be MVP. As a matter of fact, this helps his argument as to why he should be. Let's get to reason number 2. All right, reason number 2 as to why I believe Luka Doncic is an MVP is his record when he's in the games. Right now, Luka Doncic has a record of 29 wins and 15 losses when he plays, and the Mavericks without Luka Doncic are 6-9 when he doesn't play. Now, there are 2 other players that I will say this win-loss record when they are in games and not in games is very reflective of their actual impact on the team. For example, Nikola, the Denver Nuggets, Jokic, right? When he's in games, they are 32-20. When he is not in games, they are 1-5. Tells you a lot about the Joker's impact, especially without Murray and Michael Porter Jr. Joel Embiid, on the other hand, he is 31-15. Same losses as Luka. He just has 2 more games than Luka, so he has 2 more wins. But his team's record without him is 4-8. So you could immediately tell that these 3 players have a very similar record as far as how they are when they are in games and not in games. Now, there is a big difference when it comes to another MVP candidate of the likes of Ja Morant. Ja Morant, when he's playing in games, he is 29-17, but when he is not in games, this is a big outlier, and this is where I think affects him. His team is a huge 12-2 without Ja Morant. That tells you that his team is a very, very good team even without Ja Morant. So without Ja Morant, they're still winning. And that should tell you the impact of Luka, Jokic, and Joel Embiid. So as far as that is concerned, Luka is ranking up there with the top 2 candidates in my mind, and that is Joel and Jokic. I know Giannis should be ranked up there as well, but I think we really need to solidify what most valuable player means, and I would say that the most valuable player right now are those 3: Joel, Jokic, and Luka, and then Giannis, and then probably DeRozan, and then probably Ja Morant. But yeah, Luka has a comparable record as opposed to the other 2 main candidates, in my opinion. Reason number 3 as to why I do believe Luka Doncic will be the MVP. His current run right now, his last 10 games, he's been killing it, especially ever since KP has been traded. But you need to have a historical moment in the season to basically refer back to when you're up for the MVP trophy, right? Luka has had multiple games of 45 points, 15 rebounds, and at least 5 assists in this season. And he did it within the same week, I believe. Yeah, he did it within the same week. I think he had like 50 points against the Clippers, and he had about 49 against the New Orleans Pelicans, and he met those thresholds, right? The last time anyone has done a 45 point, 15 rebound, 5 assist game in multiple games in the same season was Wilt Chamberlain back in 1961. So we're talking about a historical moment right there. When Luka got his second multiple game of that stat line, which was the last game before the All-Star break, nobody has done that since 1961. Therein lies some historical value to his current season that he is currently having, and there needs to be some more respect and more attention to what Luka is currently doing. He has finally gotten back in shape. Yes, Mark Cuban has talked about it. Yes, Luka has admitted it. Yes, ESPN ran with it. But Luka is in shape, and even when he wasn't in shape, he was still kicking ass and taking numbers, right? And his record was still 29 and 15. 29 and 15 when he does play. So, doesn't matter how out of shape this man is, he is just that skilled with a basketball. And to have historical numbers like that, with the likes of a Wilt Chamberlain, that's crazy. So there you have it. A historical moment in the season. Let's get to reason number 4. All right, so reason number 4 as to why I believe Luka Doncic is the MVP, it is his high usage rate. He has the highest usage rate in the NBA right now. So what more evidence do I need to give you guys? He has a 37% usage rate in the NBA for the whole season so far. And then that usage rate has produced a 29 and 15 record, obviously a 35 and 24 record overall, and a 5th seed in the West. A super identical record to the 76ers, just one loss more, and they are better than the Nuggets. And obviously, out of those 3 teams, his usage rate was needed to get him to where they are at. And that should tell you how valuable this man is. They have since traded KP. The narrative is that he doesn't have a 2. So this is only going to add even more fuel to the argument as to why Luka Doncic is the MVP. And yes, as a Mavericks fan, it might sound a little biased. I get it, I understand. But I'm just making a case and giving you 5 reasons as to why I believe he is going to be the MVP. And that usage rate is no joke. That usage rate is probably what getting Luka Doncic back in shape. So there you have it. Let's get to reason number 5. Now, reason number 5. This is going to be a little bit of a compare and contrast kind of reason. We're going to look at, to me, the top 5 candidates as far as who should be MVP is going to be Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, and DeRozan, and Luka Doncic, right? To me, it should be Luka. However, when you look at the teams that we're talking about, you look at the supporting cast of each players, right? So let's start with DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is having a fantastic season. I do wish we would have picked him up in the offseason, but we didn't. But he's having a great season. Now, when you look at his supporting cast, he has, Lonzo Ball. He has Zach LaVine. He has Kobe White, Vucevic. Yeah, there's other players on his team, and they have a really good supporting cast. I would take plenty of those players over the Dallas Mavericks players. So now you kind of see the theme of where I'm going here, right? So the Chicago Bulls they're going to be a top contender. They're obviously a contender for the championship. This has been lamented by all of the news outlets out there in the world. So because they are being perceived as such, you have a really good team. Yeah, you are the MVP on your team, but you're not the MVP in the league because you have such a strong supporting cast. Now let's get to the Denver Nuggets and Jokic. Jokic's team, they're in 6th spot in the Western Conference, which is really solid, knowing that he does not have Murray or Michael Porter Jr. However, the supporting cast of players that he still has remaining are still better than the majority of the Dallas Mavericks supporting cast of players. He has Aaron Gordon, JaMychal Green, he has Monte Morris, he has Campazzo, he has who else does he have? Gordon. Oh, and he also has Will Barton. So those players in itself I can't go through the whole roster, but just those players and stuff, you have a good starting five right there. And you're Jokic, you should be able to lead your boys. And he is leading his boys to a good record. However, Luka Doncic is just edging him in the usage rate and in the record, and edging him on having a worse cast of supportive players and role players. So Jokic, even without Murray and Michael Porter Jr., still has a better team than the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, let's just be honest. That's been the narrative, right? And last but not least, Joel Embiid. I do think he was going to be the runaway MVP. I think Luka would have been second. But ever since the trade with James Harden, it does change it a bit. You still have Maxey. You still have Tobias Harris. You still have Danny Green. And now you have James Harden to add to your team. Yeah. Oh, and you got Matisse Thybulle, the YouTube superstar and defensive mastermind of a player out there. You have an amazing, solid team. I would take every single player that the 76ers have and put them on the Mavericks, and the Mavericks would probably be slightly better than where they are right now. Oh, I forgot to mention Giannis in the Bucks. Giannis in the Bucks, come on now. He has Drew Holiday. He has Middleton. These guys are NBA champions, and they've been perennial all-stars. Middleton is a all-star. Again, Drew Holiday is one of the best defensive point guards out there. And I do believe they still have his center, Lopez. He had damn, I forgot the names. But all I know is he got a better team than the Mavericks have. So yeah, we're showing my lack of knowledge on the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm sorry, but you got an all-star, so that just already disqualifies you from being the MVP of this conversation currently. So with all that being said, all these other teams have a better supportive cast around their star player than the Dallas Mavericks have for Luka Doncic, because again, that has been the narrative. And with that narrative being said, and with everything that I pointed out, along with the fact that the Mavericks are 3-0 against the Grizzlies, they're 1-1 against the Bulls, they're 1-1 against the Heat, they're 1-1 against the 76ers, and they're 2-1 against the Nuggets. The fact that they haven't been swept by any of these other contending MVP candidates teams or anything like that, especially being 3-0 against the Grizzlies, that should tell you something that Luka brings to the table. Luka definitely deserves to be mentioned up there with the MVPs. He needs to not only be a dark horse, he needs to be front running up there with Embiid. He needs to be given more attention to the fact that he is leading his team to where they are going, and hopefully leads them past the first round. But this is a regular season MVP, and without Luka Doncic, the Mavericks would not even be in any realm of any playoff conversation. Any realm of any playoff conversation. Now, same thing could be said for the Nuggets. So that's why Joker gets credit. Same thing could be said about Joel Embiid, but now he has James Harden. That is definitely going to hurt his MVP case down the line. And Ja Morant, he has an amazing, solid team around him. DeMar DeRozan, same thing. Giannis, same thing. So, again, to me, I narrowed it down between Joel, Joker, and Luka. And to me, Luka just has the best case and the best argument as to why he should be the MVP of the league. And we'll see. With the last 1/3 of the season to go, to see how the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic performs. Hopefully Luka can sustain his high level of performance that he's been having recently, and hopefully that could keep him in that MVP conversation and hopefully win that MVP trophy. Anyway, guys, been your boy TGK. Go ahead, comment down below, let me know what you think. And until next time, I'm out.